Do you ever feel like you're just super unproductive as a homemaker? Well, girl, I've got 10 tips to share with you to help you be more productive. So stick around. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anna. Here you're gonna find homemaking content, homeschooling content, just all of those kind of things. So I'm just so glad you're here. If you will, before we get going, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That is a huge free way that you can support my channel and it means so much. Now, let's talk about 10 daily habits for the productive homemaker. I am very passionate about homemaking. You know, I've been doing it for like 14 years now. It definitely has its ups, it definitely has its downs, but I feel like there are 10 things that I do daily that are kind of like rituals in my routine that I do that really helps me stay productive as a homemaker, really helps me get things done and feel like I have accomplished things for the day. Now I'm going to preface this whole video by saying I am not perfect at any of this, okay? There are many days that a lot of this stuff doesn't get done. There's some days that none of these things get done, and that is okay. Give yourself grace. No one is saying in this video that you have to do all of this or that you're not a productive homemaker, okay? That is not my heart here. I don't want to ever make anyone feel like they're not doing enough or they're not measuring up, or if you don't have this particular thing in your routine, then you're not doing it right as a homemaker. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to have things that work for them and that don't work for them, and you just got to kind of find your groove. So if you're new to homemaking, just know that it may take you several years. It's taken me probably 14 years to get all of these down to where I feel like I finally found my groove and my rhythm and something that really works. And your routine and rhythms change as your seasons of life change too, okay? So what works for me in this season of life may not work for you for the season of life that you're in, but the goal here is just to help give you some ideas and some inspiration on your homemaking journey, okay? So number one, have your devotion time. Now I thought about putting this have your devotion time first thing in the morning. But really, it's just important that you get it in. You get that time alone with the Lord, however you can fit it in. And if that for you is first thing in the morning, it really does help to kind of set your day up for success if you start out in the Word of God, I have found. But there are many days that I can't fit it in till later in the morning time, and that's okay too. The main thing is that you're getting it in, you're spending that time with the Lord. It's so true that you really can't pour from an empty cup, so you need to fill your heart up spiritually before you have a whole lot to give others. But no matter what, just make sure you get it in sometime during the day. It is so important for us moms to be in the Word, for our kids to see us in the Word, for us to be getting that in our souls every single day. That's the only way that you're going to stay grounded in your faith, that you are going to have the tools that you need to combat any spiritual warfare that you need to combat that day. So important. That's my number one tip. Number two, make your bed every day. I've talked about this in multiple videos, and this is something I don't get done every day. Sometimes on the weekends I skip a day or two, but I'm telling you, the days that I do it, I have such a more successful day and things just seem to go more smoothly. I'm more likely to get my workout in, to get everything else that I'm like maybe push off to the side. I'm more likely to get it in if I just start that one little habit and just make the bed. It just really sets your whole day up for success. Number three is plan. Make some kind of plan for your day. Don't just wake up and be like, oh, whatever happens, happens. It is so helpful, for me anyways, to have some kind of written plan. And you guys know I've talked about it before. I have like a little planner on my fridge that tells me my cleaning tasks that I need to do for the day. It's kind of like my cleaning checklist. And on there, I will also write any tasks that I need to do for the day. So maybe I need to run to the post office. Maybe I have to go return a book at the library. Maybe I need to make sourdough bread. Whatever it is, I'll write that all down. So I kind of have a plan for the day, and those are like the top priorities that I need to get done for the day. And so it really just helps me stay focused. So I'm not just kind of meandering about thinking, I wonder what I should be doing right now. Or you're more likely to sit down and like scroll on your phone and do something that is not productive when you don't have a plan. So I keep that checklist on my fridge. It also tells me the cleaning tasks that I need to do throughout the day. So I usually have like 2 or 3 cleaning tasks. It may be dusting upstairs and vacuuming. It may be cleaning all the bathrooms. Whatever it is, I'll check that off throughout usually the afternoon as I complete those cleaning tasks. That way my cleaning doesn't build up to one day where I'm having to clean the whole house. I get a little bit done every day, and at the end of the week, I have a somewhat clean house. Number 4 is get ready every day. Now, this is the one I struggle with the most probably, and that's probably surprising, but I do. I really love to be in my jammies, okay? Let's just be honest. They feel good. They're not tight. They're not constrictive. They're comfy, but I do find that when I get dressed, especially if I put on a little bit of makeup, it kind of boosts my confidence a little bit, and I feel like I get more done during the day. That may just be in my head, but I feel like I really do accomplish more during the day if I get ready. So for me, that usually honestly looks like some leggings and a t-shirt, or maybe some joggers and a little bit of a nicer shirt and like a flannel over that. But I don't get fancy usually. I just like to be somewhat put together. That way if somebody knocks on the door, or if I suddenly have to pick up and run out somewhere, I don't look like a total complete mess. So that really does help you be a little bit more productive if you can try to enforce that habit of getting dressed at least just a little bit put together every single day. It really does help you feel better about yourself and have a more productive day. Number 5, this is such a huge one for me, but it's do a load of laundry every single day. Now, if you have less than like 2 kids, I feel like you may not have to do this, but I know if you have more than 2 kids, you probably have to do this already. Or maybe you have like one day of the week that you do all of your laundry on. But for me, that is very overwhelming. If I waited to do all of my laundry on one day a week, number 1, we wouldn't have any clothes. And number 2, my laundry room would be jam-packed with clothes. It would be a mess. So I find if I just do 1 load a day, now I'll skip a day periodically if there's just really not a whole lot, but there usually is always something. But if I just do 1 load a day, it really helps me stay on top of the laundry, and I never fall behind. I never have a ton of laundry in our laundry room unless we come back from a trip or something like that. But I always am able to stay on top of my laundry. If I just do 1 load a day, or sometimes it's even 2 loads a day, but I feel like that's very manageable to do 1 or 2 loads a day, get it folded and put away. I don't feel like that's super overwhelming. To me, it's more overwhelming to have a huge 8 loads of laundry that you're doing on one day and having to fold and put away that many clothes. Like, I could not do that. So this is another way I stay productive, is just to do 1 load a day so that the laundry doesn't pile up. Number 6, move your body in some way, shape, or form. And this has been a struggle for me lately, and I'm usually really on the fitness train and game, but lately it's been a struggle because we've had so much going on in our life. But I have found, even if I just get outside and walk around my house a few times, it improves my mood like you would not believe. And when I'm happier, the kids are happier, and I'm in a better mood, and I'm kinder to my husband, and all of the things. But I feel like moving your body is huge and something that us moms just don't do enough of. And it is so important for us to take care of ourselves, ladies. We got to do better at this. We need to be moving our body, exercising our heart, so that we are heart healthy, our body is healthy, and that we're setting a good example for that for our kids too. So I really love my Beachbody On Demand workouts. If in a perfect world, I would be doing a 30-minute one of those every 4 days a week, 5 days a week, but right now I am doing good to get a 15-minute one of those in like 3 days a week. So I'm trying not to be too hard on myself in that area in this season of life, because it's just too overwhelming for me right now to fit that in. But I am trying to at least move my body like 3 or 4 times a week, whether that's going outside on a walk with my kids or just doing one of those quick little 15-minute Beachbody workouts. So however you want to do it, you can get on YouTube, and they have like even 7-minute workouts on there, probably 5-minute workouts that you can do. But just move your body in some capacity for at least a little bit, a couple of times a week, and that will really transform how you feel about yourself, but also your productivity. Because that, again, it's one of those things, when I work out, my day is so much more productive, and I just feel better about myself throughout the day, which makes me a better mom and wife. This also brings me to number 7, which is eat and drink. And you're probably thinking, what is she talking? Like, of course I'm eating and drinking, but you know, as a mom, you're probably not because we are so bad about this, aren't we? Like, we will just eat the scraps off our kids' plates. We'll like, it'll be 5 o'clock and you're like, oh, I didn't drink any water today. And some things that like we took for granted before we had kids, like eating and drinking, we have just forgotten to do now that we're moms. So we got to do better about this. And I'm preaching to myself here because I've been struggling with drinking all my water and eating like nourishing meals. I've been like like reaching in the pantry for like the pretzels and taking them down to the homeschool room and eating those while I'm trying to homeschool. And I'm like, that is not a meal. So I've been trying to do better about having nourishing meals. For me, this looks like a lot of meal prep that I get done. Usually on Sundays, I will meal prep like 4 or 5 meals for me for the week. That's usually for my lunches and or my breakfasts. And that helps me so much to stay on track with my nutrition, but also helps me to just make sure I get a meal in, a decent meal, and not have to wait till dinner to eat one decent meal. You should be eating 3 nourishing meals every single day. It's so important, because when you just fill your body up with junk and you are not really taking care of your nutrition, you're going to end up with all kinds of health problems, hormone issues, and that is something I am really trying to avoid. So let's all do better, drinking our water, eating nourishing meals, and y'all help me stay accountable with that, okay? Number 8 is just tidy the house as you go about your day. So as I enter a room, I try to pick things up that aren't supposed to be there and take them to the room that they are supposed to be in. I can't pick everything up at once, but I just kind of get what I can, and then the next time I enter that room, I pick up a few more things, and so on for each room in the house. And that really helps me kind of keep the house picked up throughout the day so that I'm not overwhelmed by the end of the day where the house is just a complete wreck. And I get my kids involved too. They help. They have chores. They have to tidy around the house. They have to clean the playroom every day. They have to clean their room every day. They help with a little blessing hour that I've talked about before that we do, where we just pick up the main areas of the home before my husband comes home. So we are all involved and we're all helping with keeping the house tidy. But we just do it throughout the day as we have time. Number 9. Now this is one that might surprise you, but reach out to a friend every single day, or a family member, or somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Because one thing I've learned about homemaking, especially if you're a stay-at-home homemaker, it can be a lonely place, a really lonely place. And for your mental health's sake, be sure that you're reaching out to someone and having an adult conversation with someone. And someone that's not just your husband. You're obviously going to need to be talking to your husband every day if you want a healthy marriage. But you also need to be talking to people outside of your home. And so sometimes I'll just send a text to a friend. I'll just text her and be like, hey girl, I had you on my mind. I just thought I would say, hey, hope your day's going great. And then we might have a few little texts back and forth throughout the day. And that just really helps to lift my mood and boost my spirits, and to feel like I'm not alone in the journey. So I would really recommend that. I also try to plan at least one play date, like every week or every other week, where I have people over or I meet some other moms at a park and we get together and we have a mom chat while the kids play. And it's always just what my soul needs, is just some conversation with some other moms about things that we're all struggling with and things we're excited about. And it's amazing. Okay, so if you're not already doing that, I really highly recommend doing that, reaching out to somebody every single day and just send them a sweet, encouraging text, and it is going to make your day so much more productive, and it's just going to make you smile. Number 10, and this is also something I don't always get done, but when I do, I feel so much better the next day, but clean before you go to bed. And this for me usually means cleaning the living room, cleaning the kitchen. If I can wake up to those 2 rooms being clean, it makes me feel so much less stressed about whatever the day may hold. So I highly recommend doing that. For me, it's usually cleaning the floors, cleaning off the countertops, and then cleaning my sink and make sure my sink is empty. And then making sure there's no toys on the floor in here and that the pillows are back on the couch, because we know the kids like to throw them on the floor all day long. So those are kind of the major things that I do before I go to bed, and my husband will usually help me with that too, and we kind of do it as a team. But it just sets my day up for success the next day. If I have to wake up to a house that's kind of a wreck, it just makes me, number one, I don't really want to do anything. Like, I just want to sit on the couch and drink my coffee for an extra hour or two, and that totally throws off my morning and makes me have kind of an unproductive day. So if I wake up to a clean house, I feel like I can get a better start the next day, and it just makes my day flow so much better. So those are my 10 tips. I hope they were helpful. I hope you gained some knowledge, some ideas, some inspiration from that, and that it was helpful for you. Let me know if you like these videos I've been doing about homemaking. Comment below with one of your daily rituals, what you kind of do every single day to keep productive in your homemaking. I would love to hear that. Thank you guys so much for being here for my videos. I just appreciate every single one of you, and I hope that you all have an awesome, productive day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye guys.